gentlemen, tonight India has sent a big message of inclusivity and pluralism. Much to the dislike of a grumbling lobby that used CAA to hurt the image of India across the world, are now sheepishly completely silent. They don't want to accept that they were wrong all the way. The very same people who oppose the laws are now asking for extension of the deadline of the citizenship law because it happens to suit their vote bank at this given point in time. These visuals have now become symbolic of India's Sabka Saath policy. Let's not forget that even Afghan nationals, apart from Sikhs and Hindus, have also been welcomed in India. Before I tell you more, here are the images that came in earlier today that should make India proud, and each single Indian very proud of what India has done. What does this saga prove, ladies and gentlemen? That beyond doubt, in nations where Sikhs and Hindus are minorities, they are persecuted due to radical elements gaining power. Will the lobby accept that this is exactly what's happening at this juncture when Afghan Sikhs and Hindus who were evacuated were facing in Afghanistan as a consequence of the CAA law? Isn't this now a valid provision to give refuge to all of those who are facing persecution in their own country? As of tonight, more than 350 Afghans have been evacuated and brought to India. This includes people of a religion, including Muslims. So what happened to the bogey of targeting CAA and making it about anti-Muslims when the law has a specific purpose of addressing concerns for minorities in these countries? Clearly, we also want to tell all cynics who still are questioning the comparison to CAA. This analogy is only being drawn to reflect the sentiment that the Citizenship Act was not aimed at being anti-Muslim when India was always open to give refuge to all people who faced problems in their own countries, at least in the neighborhood. However, having said this all, the government must now make it clear tonight as to why the rules of the CAA haven't been notified yet. That is what the opposition is asking tonight. But before I get into that part, here's what the returning Afghan national told Times Now.
शुक्रिया अदा करें मोदी सरकार का, भारत का, शहबल सिंह का और सरसा जी का, और सबका धन्यवाद करें कि जो सेवा की इन्होंने, बहुत बहुत सबका धन्यवाद।
अच्छा सर, यहाँ पे पिछले साल एक बिल पास हुआ था CAA का, जिसमें जो अफगान के रेफ्यूजी हैं उनको देश का नागरिक बनाया जा सकता है, जो कि दूसरी माइनॉरिटीज है जिन पे जुल्म हो रहे हैं वहाँ पे। आप ऐसे कानून, ऐसे बिल का स्वागत करते हैं? आप लोग जो लोग आए हैं, आपकी मदद?
हाँ जी, बिल्कुल मदद करें, बहुत स्वागत करें।
ऐसे बिल, ऐसे कानून आने चाहिए।
हाँ जी, बिल्कुल आने चाहिए।
कोई भी ऐसा आपको नहीं लग रहा कि भारत ने किसी भी प्रकार का भेदभाव किया है या कुछ किया है?
नहीं,
अफगान को खुले दिल से एक्सेप्ट?
बिल्कुल खुले दिल से।
ज़्यादा मुश्किल था, फिर गवर्नमेंट ने मदद की है, सबको निकाला गवर्नमेंट ने।
सुरक्षित पहुंच के हम बहुत धन्यवाद करते हैं मोदी जी का, एम्बेसी ऑफ इंडिया का, आर्मी ऑफ इंडिया का, जिसने हमारे साथ बहुत मदद किया, उधर से इधर तक पहुंचाया है। और बस दुख इस बात का है कि उधर हमारी संगत फंसी हुई है।
I hope the anti-CAA lobby heard this so they can answer the legitimate question on the news hour tonight. Is the attack on India's pluralism motivated? That's the question and the debate. Lobby CAA self-call. That's the debate coming up on the other side.
You're watching the News Hour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
And joining me tonight on the news are Dr. Sambit Patra, national spokesperson of the BJP, Dr. Anand Ranganathan, author, Karan Verma, author, Pritpal Singh Baliawal, spokesperson of the Punjab Congress, Professor Monojit Mandal, political analyst, Dr. Fuad Halim, leader and spokesperson of the CPIM. But my first question goes to Mahesh Inder Singh Grewal, vice president and spokesperson of the Shiromani Akali Dal. And I want to ask you, Grewal Saab, पिछले साल तो आपको बड़ा बुरा लग रहा था कि ये सिटीजनशिप एक्ट क्यों आया. आपने पंजाब की असेंबली में you also partially supported the repealing of this act. Today you are saying that the cutoff date should not be 2014, it should be 2021. गुरु ग्रंथ साहब देख के इतना दिल पिघल गया जो मोदी को देखकर नहीं पिघला था.
I think we should not compare Guru Granth Sahib with Mr. Modi. Guru Granth Sahib is an almighty guru and he can't be compared with a human being.
I agree, but this is exactly what the government was trying to do. That's the point.
Now, Navika, just 1 minute. You must be aware that we supported this bill in Parliament with one reservation, that it should also be included Muslims. And since the government of India is now even accepting the Muslims, it's perfectly right. You know, we voted for this bill, and Sardar Sukhbir Singh Badalgan made statement in the Lok Sabha. He said we welcome this bill because Sikhs for a long time were waiting citizenship under this act from Afghanistan and other countries. But we also wanted that instead of saying only that Hindu, Sikh, Christian, we should also add Muslims. And I'm happy, and Akali Dal is happy, that now the government of India is also accepting the Afghan Muslims. It's perfectly right. Moreover, this is a situation which can't be foreseen or anticipated at that
This
time.
is a situation that couldn't have been foreseen. Dr. Shambhit Patra, इनके पास दूरबीन नहीं थी, दूर का इनको नजर नहीं आ रहा था, और सरकार ने अगर दूर का सोचने की कोशिश की तो सरकार की मुखालफत की. आज सूट कर रहा है और इलेक्शन भी आ रही है, तो वेलकम कर लो डिसीजन. सिंपल है, इसमें क्या ज्यादा बहस की कहां जरूरत है.
See, Navika, one should be very graceful in eating own words, you know. One should not be shameful about eating one's word. And in fact, people should realize that they had committed mistakes and gracefully should in fact apologize for the same. See, as far as today's incident is concerned, I would say that it was a welcome gesture in the morning when we saw the Paramadaraniya Guru Granth Sahib. And we all, in fact, it was an emotional moment for the country. The way the Central Minister, Mr. Hardeep Puri and others went to welcome those who were aboard, in fact, the ones who had come after facing all the religious persecution. It was quite an emotive time for all of us in India. And let me tell you, as far as CAA and the debate revolving around CAA is concerned, two things is absolutely clear in these few days. Number one, that religious persecution of the minorities is a reality, because CAA revolved about religious persecution of minority in Afghanistan, in Pakistan, and in Bangladesh. So it's a reality. Number two, what we are talking about is that all these religious persecuted minorities, for them the logical destination is India. And all of them today agree to the fact that the logical destination in India. So both these points have been proved. The third point about CAA is, remember, the misconception is about refugee and granting citizenship, nagarikta. Remember, you can have a Muslim refugee also from Pakistan. You can have refugees from Afghanistan. But whether they will be granted citizenship or not is a different issue. As far as CAA is concerned, there was a cutoff date, 31st of December 2014. So any religiously persecuted person from the Jain community, from the Parsi community, from the Sikh community, from the Hindu community, or from the Christian community fleeing from these three neighboring countries came to India would be granted citizenship. So in fact, my friend from Akali Dal is misreading the whole statement, misconstruing it, while he says that the Indian government has amended the CAA and has included the Muslims in it. Absolutely wrong.
No, we asked
Please
for
don't
that.
redefine what CAA stands for. And I would humbly...
I never said that.
And let me also correct you, sir.
No, what he is saying
sir,
is that you
just a
should
second.
amend it to include Muslims in it.
That's right, yes.
So he wants the amendment.
Yes.
Just imagine the situation. Just imagine the situation, sir. So all these Sikh brothers and sisters who are fleeing from the atrocity that they're facing in Afghanistan should come along with the should come along with the Taliban brothers and sisters, quote unquote, brothers and sisters of Taliban, who are the one who are in fact inflicting the injury upon them. You mean to say so? So दोनों साथ में आए, मारने वाला भी आए और जिसके ऊपर मार पड़ रही है वो भी आए.
Every Muslim is not a Taliban. Every Muslim is not a Taliban.
You know,
No, who is saying every
I
Mussalman is a
want
Taliban?
to
No
raise
one is
this
saying
question,
that.
and
But
let me get in Dr.
Navika, I need
Anand
to answer
Ranganathan.
this. I'll
Dr.
just answer
Anand
this in 5
Ranganathan,
seconds.
just look at the manner in which this lobby will continue to question the CAA, because they will not even look at the definition of minorities. And in the neighboring countries, who are the minorities? The minorities are people who are either Jains or Buddhists or Christians or Hindus or Sikhs. They can't be the Muslims. And therefore, when Dr. Sambit Patra says that from the neighboring 3 countries, which are the countries that the CAA takes into account, you know, people who are persecuted come back, you know, it will be on the minorities. Now, suddenly this lobby is hanging on to the word minorities and trying to change the definition. Minorities in India should be given more rights than the majority, and minorities and majorities and everybody from the neighboring countries should all come in India, and they should all live here happily ever after. No, is that the, you know, way they want to digress from their own faults that they made last year?
No, absolutely. Good evening, Navika. You know, it is, I have to say this first up, it is utterly shameful that those wanting the CAA now were bitterly opposed to it earlier. I mean, hypocrisy की भी कोई सीमा होती है. थोड़ी तो शर्म करो. And now let me explain, because I'm afraid both the panelists before me, esteemed panelists as they are, were found wanting in explaining the logic behind CAA. And please give me a couple of minutes. It's very important. You know, we can go by semantics, we can go by emotion, but that's not the thing. The CAA it's a legal requirement. It's a legal entity. We have to explain what CAA is. And I've always felt this, Navika, CAA is morally just because, let me give you a few reasons. Number one, these border countries are Islamic republics. Therefore, Muslims are not the minority. CAA is about India granting citizenship to those who are persecuted because they are not followers of the majority religion of Pakistan, Bangladesh and Afghanistan. Number two, in India, minority population share has grown from 9 to 16% since 1951, while minority population share in Pakistan and Bangladesh, as you know, has dwindled miserably. Number three, CAA is logically sound, barring my personal view that atheists, apostates and heretics, i.e. all those condemned in Islam and therefore in the Islamic Republic, should have been included. It doesn't make sense, by the way, to include all persecuted Muslims, as one panelist was saying, in a Muslim majority nation. So should we open our doors to 200 million Shia Muslims that are persecuted by Sunni Muslims? It doesn't make sense. भाई आपका पूरा देश है मुस्लिम मेजॉरिटी, आप आपस में लड़ने लग गए तो वहां से 150 मिलियन लोग यहाँ पे आ जाएंगे? नो, अपना घर संभालिए पहले. नंबर 4, CAA is about granting citizenship, not asylum, as India already grants asylum to lakhs of Muslims, including Rohingyas and Afghans. Number 5, those calling this bill Islamophobic ignore the cruel fact that 500,000 ethno-religiously cleansed Sri Lankan Tamil Hindus, my brothers, currently settled in India, are also excluded. Is that not Hindu phobia, I can say? Number 6, those outraging were completely silent, Navika, for 70 years when lakhs of Hindu refugees from what was then West Pakistan ran for their lives and settled in Kashmir, but were denied jobs, dignity, basic human rights because of Article 370. But that was of no concern because they were Hindu. Finally, last, Navika, 10 seconds. Number 7, the CPIM and the Congress in 2012 and 2015 demanded citizenship to be granted to Bangladeshi minorities, i.e. specifically non-Muslims. Can Muslims be minorities in Bangladesh? But because BJP has granted it, all these guys are apiram. तो वही है, इनको लॉजिक से कोई लेना देना नहीं है. पॉलिटिक्स में जैसे फार्म लॉज में आपने देखा, कांग्रेस के मैनिफेस्टो में थे वो फार्म लॉज, बीजेपी लाई तो शुरू हो गए. यहाँ पे CAA they wanted to implement, they wanted Bangladeshi minorities to be given citizenship. बीजेपी ने लाया तो अब शुरू हो गए. इनका कोई सोल्यूशन नहीं है नाविका, इनको झेलना पड़ेगा.
Well, I want to ask this. I want to ask this of Monojit Mandal. Monojit Mandal, do you know that in 1980, if we had brought in CAA, there were 220,000 Hindus and Sikhs in Afghanistan. In the 90s, they came down to 15,000 only. And in the subsequent 3 decades, they are now less than 1% of the population of Afghanistan. I want to ask you, tonight, don't you think the government which is doing the humanitarian job would have had a great moral victory if the entire country had stood together, passed the CAA to see through a neighboring country and persecuted people in that country being given this citizenship with a unanimous support of the population and the polity of India? Monojit Mondal?
So first of all, you need to understand the history behind CAA. CAA was specifically enacted in the parliament with the advice of a single person in the northeast, coming from the northeast, that is Himanta Biswa Sarma. Keeping in mind specifically 5 lakhs Muslim who are suffering in the detention camp. That is the immediate history of CAA which you are glossing over. If you completely gloss over the issue of NRC and discuss CAA only, you are completely sort of, glossing over the immediate history behind CAA. It's not just CAA, the deadly combination of CAA plus NRC that we are combating and will continue to do so, which on the floor of the parliament, the Honorable Home Minister categorically stated CAA followed by NRC, which later on the Prime Minister had to refute in Ramlila Maidan in his election speech. No, Navika, let me now complete.
Sometimes, Monojit Mondal, it's important to look at the facts, and maybe Dr. Sambit Patra wants to remind you that the Assam CAA or NRC was certainly not due to Himanta Biswa Sarma. You have forgotten, or maybe in your words, you have glossed over, historical facts in this context. But Dr. Sambit Patra, please educate Mr. Monojit Mondal.
Complete my point because I will expose you.
If the din is stopped, I can speak. Otherwise, it's really difficult with this voice violence.
Unfortunate.
Can I come in here?
Can the voice violence stop, Navika? Yeah. Please, Mr. Voice Violence, please allow me to speak. My name has been called. Thank you. Navika, as far as the historical perspective is concerned, let me categorically mention that as far as NRC is to be looked into, who promised NRC to Assam? Of course not the Bharatiya Janata Party government. What was the Assam Accord all about? Who brought the Assam Accord? Who was the Prime Minister then? Rajiv Gandhi was the Prime Minister when NRC was promised. And remember, it went through a rigmarole in the Supreme Court of this country. Mr. Voice Violence, can you please allow others non-violently to speak? Mr. Mondal, please don't do this. Even the Supreme Court has taken on you. Violence in form of voice is also not allowed. Please allow me to complete and then you can shout me down. Now,
Monojit Dada, you took the name of Himanta Biswa Sarma. 1 minute, listen to me. 1 minute. You took the name of Himanta Biswa Sarma. On that point, there is an interjection from Dr. Patra. Allow him to respond to you, and then I will give you a chance to rebut Dr. Patra. 1 minute, listen to Dr. Patra on the issue of Himanta Biswa Sarma, and I'll come back to you. Dr. Patra, please respond to Mr. Mondal.
The history behind CAA.
Yeah. Navika, as far as the flip-flops are concerned, let me also remind you of the fact. And you should show that scene when Mamata Banerjee throws a hoard of paper, in fact, on the Speaker of the House. Why she threw this hoard of papers on the Speaker of the House? Because
illegal
she wanted
immigrants.
The infiltrators to be controlled. She felt that the illegal infiltrators, the illegal Bangladeshi immigrants, in fact, were changing the demography of Bengal, and that's the reason as to why she was not being politically good. So she was the one who wanted all this. And remember, she has changed colors today. Look, as far as CAA is concerned, should I read out what Dr. Manmohan Singh, when he was the Rajya Sabha member from Assam, had to offer then? He categorically mentioned to the chair Najma Heptullah ji, if I'm right, in the presence of Lal Krishna Advani, that why not the minorities of Bangladesh, Pakistan and Afghanistan are granted citizenship to India? And in fact, this Najma Heptullah ji sitting on the chair said to Mr. Advani, see to it that the citizenship is granted at the earliest. And in fact, there was a window for 2 years in some of the places of the Congress-ruled states where they were allowed to grant citizenship to the minorities from these states, especially if they were religiously persecuted. But conveniently today, only because of appeasement, what the Congress party, what the Akalis and what Mamata Banerjee's party has done is something which they are trying their best to take a U-turn upon. But I'm astonished at their shamelessness. They're saying that why should not all those Talibans also be granted refuge in India? And the slogan then would be, tum hame sharan do, hum tumhe sharia denge.
Wow. Don't try to
Respond, Monojit Mandal. Yes, Monojit Mandal. Dr. Fuad Halim, I'm coming to you, but Monojit Mandal, respond to Dr. Pathak.
I can only if you give me time.
Navika, can I come in here? I want to respond.
First of all, this person is a fanatic liar on television, and our opposition to
My
CAA
God, you are behaving more and more like
will
Mamata
continue.
Banerjee with every passing day.
Mamta Didi,
calling names and behaving erratically.
Look, this intellectual Taliban, this English-speaking intellectual Taliban doesn't allow others to speak.
Oh my God!
Right?
He calls me
himself a
intellectual
doctor.
Taliban while he eulogizes Taliban. Just imagine he calls me
You are an intellectual Taliban, English-speaking intellectual Taliban.
You are the one who
I'm
stands with Taliban.
Intellectual Taliban. I'm calling you again.
My God, Mr. Voice
because you don't
violence.
allow others
Intellectual
to speak.
Taliban who
Mr.
speaks
Voice
English.
violence.
Monojit Mandal, may I remind you, apniyo English bolchen.
Arey, what will remind you? Let me speak first.
Bolun.
Let me speak, but you are scared of me because I'm exposing your narrative.
He's a
Intellectual Taliban sunche, bolun.
Is that,
Mr. Mandal.
First of all, dispel this doubt. No. Arey Allah, look how you are making chaos in your own show. Dispel this doubt about CAA. Without CAA, even you can naturalize the citizen as per the existing citizenship law, 1955, right? That's point number one. Point number two, CAA is implemented, 5 lakhs people suffering in the Assam detention camp will immediately lose their citizenship. Why are you people not implementing CAA right now? The answer lies in that particular issue. Because if CAA is implemented, Assam will be on the boil because some people who are actually non-Muslims and coming from Bangladesh will also get the citizenship, which was the history behind what this person was talking about, Assam Accord. The Assamese are against this idea of CAA because the
tonight, Monojit Mandal, tonight it was about the Afghan Sikhs and Hindus who have been brought, the Guru Granth Sahib that was carried on the head, and the images that have gone across the world. And what are the images that you want to send? You want to send images of Shaheen Bagh. You want to send images of, all the atrocities that happened and the riots that happened in India. Is that what you want to talk about?
First in Assam. I am challenging you. You
Navika, I
implement
must
CAA
come in
first
here.
in Assam.
Dr. Anand Ranganathan, I'm coming to you, but Dr. Fuad Halim first, and then I'm coming to you, Dr. Anand Ranganathan and Karan Verma. 1 minute. Dr. Fuad Halim, do you agree with Monojit Mandal?
Well, the first thing I would like to say is that the government of India's position seems to be absolutely confounded, because you see the Ministry of External Affairs, its secretary had made a statement that there is a silver lining on the Taliban. The second question is that India presided over the United Nations Security Council meeting on the 16th of August, a day after the Taliban took over, and it actually pushed forward a resolution moved by the America and they wanted to what you call form the government and help the Taliban form the government in Afghanistan. So I see a distinct variance in the position that the BJP is taking and the position that the government of India is taking, and that is a bit surprising for me, because at many times I see the BJP is actually not in consonancy. They are actually attacking the position of the government of India. Now I want to know, the government of India is very happy with what's happening in Afghanistan. They are finding a silver lining of they want to ensure that that under their presidency at the United Nations Security Council, Afghanistan moves ahead for informing the government, and the BJP over here is now raising their hackles. So I think so the first thing that the people of India need to be told as to whether BJP is with the government of India or not. Second thing I'd like to say is that you are very clear that the Citizen Amendment Act, the NRC, the NPR, all these issues are already concluded upon, because it's the Indian states that have to agree to a certain extent. And we already know that the Northeast is boiling on this issue. The CAA was an issue, the NRC was an issue limited to Assam. The other Northeast states, they are boiling at the moment on these issues. So these issues are not just related to communities and communal issues. Those issues are there. Question of secularism, these things are a challenge to the constitutional edifice. Those issues are there. But otherwise, states are also boiling because of these issues. So you have to understand, when India takes a position on this, in its perspective, let's not ensure that our states start fighting amongst themselves. We have already seen a border dispute where a number of policemen have been killed in Assam and its neighboring state of there.
So you are saying CAA should not be implemented and persecuted Hindus and Sikhs from Afghanistan should not be helped. Is that your position, Dr. Fuad Ali?
You do. I think so. You do not understand what I'm saying.
No, I don't understand, because the debate is not on Assam and Mizoram. The debate is not on NRC and CAA. The debate is on how CAA was designed to help some of these persecuted Hindus and Sikhs, which is exactly what the government has done today. I want your response to that short point and not a long convoluted lecture on India's foreign policy.
Yeah, you have to understand, because you don't understand the point. The point is that the way the CAA, the way the NRC and the way the NPR are being moved by the BJP government, the very points that have been included by the BJP government are anti-constitutional. The larger edifice of the constitution has to be protected in these efforts.
Dr. Anand Ranganathan,
here Dr.
Fuad Halim is putting out points of the CAA being anti-constitutional, and he says that we, or at least I am not understanding, I think the entire country is understanding them, because they are ruling 29 states today. So just respond.
Yes, very briefly, Navika. I would like to rebut the communists as well as the TMC analysts on this thing. So I hope you have muted them, because they are going to be up in arms for what I'm going to say. Communists
Anand, do you support the government of India Foreign Secretary's comment? There is a silver lining in the Taliban. Do you accept that position of the government of India?
No. What silver lining?
I'll do that. I'll answer that. Don't worry.
What silver lining can be there in Afghanistan? I hope.
So on national level,
I hope
you are dividing your tasks also.
I hope you agree with me that Saudi Arabia.
Finish his answer. Thereafter, I'll answer that. Don't disturb Mr. Ranganathan. Let him speak and then I'll answer.
I'm coming to each one of you one by one. Dr. Fuad Halim and Anand Ranganathan first. Let them settle their scores, and then I'm coming to you, Dr.
You have to allow me to speak.
Yes.
You have to allow me. Is jumping like a Vietnamese crab. Please have some patience, Dr. Alim, please.
You understand what does that
Patra was sharing jobs with you.
Navika,
I need only 30 seconds.
You're stand exposed. You know, at times now, Navika, why do you hold this what you call facade of neutrality and independent observers and speakers and all that? लगा दो भाई सबके बीजेपी का ठप्पा बोलो बीजेपी
अरे यार
बच्चे हैं
डॉक्टर फुआद हलीम आपके पास ठप्पे वाली मशीन होगी, मेरे पास ठप्पे वाली मशीन नहीं है, और ये ठप्पे वाले यहाँ 4 दूसरे लोग भी बैठे हुए हैं, तो आपको आनंद रंगनाथन के ठप्पे से क्या लेना देना? आपके साथ तृणमूल कांग्रेस है, आज आप दोनों भाई भाई हैं, जबकि तृणमूल कांग्रेस ने आपको 0 कर दिया है वहां बंगाल में, लेकिन फिर भी आप भाई भाई हैं। ठप्पा तो वहां देखिए, आज आपका ठप्पा जो है वो कांग्रेस के साथ भी है, ठप्पा आपका श्रोमणी अकाली दल का है, आप लोग के ठप्पे तो वहां पर हैं।
ठप्पा दे के रखे हैं ना,
4 लेफ्ट के ठप्पे हैं, 3 राइट के ठप्पे हैं। अभी ठप्पे की मशीन आपके पास है, मेरे पास है नहीं। आप जिस पे मर्जी ठप्पा लगाइए, लेकिन इस वक्त बोलने दीजिए डॉक्टर आनंद रंगनाथन को, धप्पा मत कीजिए। एक मिनट डॉक्टर फुआद हलीम, you're a senior politician. I don't want to lower your fader. Allow Anand Ranganathan to make his point for 30 seconds. 1 minute. Yeah.
Gets more
losing your voice.
The CPI. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
The CPIM passed a resolution that Bangladeshi minorities, they cannot be Muslims, right? Bangladeshi minorities be given Indian citizenship. अब ये चुप हैं क्योंकि बीजेपी ले आया. And let me please, because the TMC person was saying कि Assam is on the boil. अरे भाई, and they were the same people who were saying BJP is going to be thrashed in Assam because of CAA. What happened? BJP got more votes this time in Assam than it got previously. But let me come to the facts, because it pains me that for 40 minutes political तू मैं में सिर्फ एक आदमी ने facts रखे हैं और मैं अपनी पीठ थपथपा रहा हूं, वो मैं हूं. थोड़े से और facts नाविका, just 30 seconds. It's a crucial point that most people don't realize is that CAA is an amnesty, bhaiya, that commenced on 31st December 2099 after the 5-year cooling off clause. Only after this amnesty would come the nationwide NPR and then finally the NRC. Chronology samajhiye. This means that the purpose of the CAA amnesty would be fulfilled. See my lips.
That is the
would
chronology.
be fulfilled. Navika, I can't continue like this. मैं तो यहाँ facts बोल रहा हूँ. They are apolitical. Professor Mandal, please. Did I interrupt you?
No, I'm thanking you because you are less hypocrite than the actual BJP.
Navika,
so you are half BJP actually.
You are fully hypocritical, and you're saying Dr. Anand Ranganathan is less hypocritical. There are scales in the thappa also. Thappa जोर का लगेगा कि धीरे का लगेगा, उसमें भी variations हैं Dr. Anand Ranganathan. Dr. Anand Ranganathan उसमें भी variations हैं. But let me 1 minute. अरे भैया, ये बंगाल की डिबेट नहीं है, ये बंगाल की डिबेट नहीं है मनोजीत मंडल. एक मिनट. You are a persecuted minority in your own country.
अरे you are a soft spoken Tamilian, you are a Ranganathan, but कोई रंग नहीं है आपका, ये कोई नहीं समझेगा.
1 minute. Let's not bring down the level of the debate. But the questions that are being raised, Dr. Patra, are serious questions of the BJP, of the distance between the BJP and the government that has been seen by Dr. Fuad Haleem. Number 2, what about the rules and regulations that were supposed to come out? Answer both the questions.
So, Navika, I'll answer both the questions very seriously. Number 1, as far as the silver lining, etc., the stand of the government on Taliban is concerned, the government has been extremely clear, categorical in stating that the first priority of the Indian government is evacuation of its own citizen, which is doing wonderfully. In fact, we had seen every day, despite all the odds, the Indian government is evacuating its citizens. And till that time, of course, the government of India is waiting, watching, is taking a stand. It's not that it's not taking a stand. The stand was formulated by none other than the foreign minister in UNSC, where he categorically talked about terrorism, where he said that no foreign land should be used for terrorism against India, where he lambasted the Pakistani dispensation, where he lambasted LET and the JEM of Pakistan for terrorizing India. So in fact, to say that India has an amorphous thought, has not formulated its thought, is absolutely wrong, number one. Number two, sir, please, meanwhile, allow me to speak. Meanwhile, you can have a conference, a virtual conference with Xi Jinping. I don't want to take any sermons with you, sir. You talk with the Chinese. You enter into a virtual conference with the Chinese. I don't need even to answer your question, sir. I don't take you seriously. I don't consider you as an opposition itself, because you enter into virtual conference with the Chinese Communist Party on their formation day. I don't in fact entertain you. Sorry, I don't entertain you. Please don't interject.
Well, since you haven't respected anybody's time, Dr. Fuad Halim, you'll have to wait a bit, because Karan Verma and Pritpal Singh Baliawal haven't spoken at all on the debates so far. And I have to get them in, because as far as our constitution is concerned, they have equal rights as well. So Pritpal Singh Baliawal, आज ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਬੜੀ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਹੋਈ ਹੋਗੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਆਇਆ ਸੀ ਅਫਗਾਨਿਸਤਾਨ ਤੋਂ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਹੋਈ ਨਾ ਤਾਂ ਅੱਜ ਮੁਬਾਰਕਬਾਦ ਦੇ ਦਿਓ ਮੋਦੀ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੂੰ ਕਿ ਭਾਈ ਸੀਏ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਲਿਆਏ ਸਨ ਚੰਗਾ ਸੀ कैन यू से दैट बोल सकते हो आप कि भाई सीएए ठीक था क्योंकि आज जो अफगानिस्तान में हो रहा है वहां सिखों और हिंदुओं के साथ उसी के लिए शायद सीएए ऐसे लोगों को यहां घर देने के लिए वो लॉ था आज आपको लगता है कि आपने गलती की उसकी मुखालफत करके
थैंक यू मैम आपका टाइम देने के लिए पहली बात जो हरदीप पुरी जी ने आज किया है वो उनकी ड्यूटी है एज अ सिख तो वो उन्होंने अपनी सिख होने के नाते वो अपनी ड्यूटी पूरी की है सेकेंडली सीएए का विरोध था जो वो इसलिए था कि इंडिया एक सेकुलर सोशलिस्ट और डेमोक्रेटिक कंट्री है जिसके अंदर सब धर्मों को आजादी है यहाँ पे रहने की बट वो प्रेम्बल जो हमारा तोड़ा जा रहा था तब हम इसका विरोध कर रहे थे कि चाहे वो मुसलमान हो चाहे वो सिख हो चाहे ईसाई हो या किसी भी धर्म का हो उसे इंडियन नेशनलिटी के लिए अगर आता है वो चाहे इन रिफ्यूजी कानून या किसी में भी तो उसे सिटीजनशिप दे देनी चाहिए जिस चीज का हम
तो सारे बुला लेते हैं यूनाइटेड अरब एमिरेट से सऊदी अरेबिया से अफगानिस्तान से पाकिस्तान से हाँ इंडोनेशिया से सारे बुला लेते हैं आप सीएए का मतलब नहीं समझे अल्पसंख्यक जो उन देशों में है करण वर्मा क्या ये समझते नहीं है या समझना चाहते नहीं है इशू क्या है इनके साथ 135 करोड़ यहाँ ऑलरेडी लोग हैं हमको देश सारी दुनिया के लोग यहाँ बुला लेने चाहिए और इंडिया में बसा लेने चाहिए
कंप्लीट हो लेने दीजिए काइंडली कंप्लीट हो लेने दीजिए बात आप करण को दीजिए टाइम मैंने 40 मिनट की बात सुनी है मैं काइंडली मुझे बोल देने दीजिए मेरे कंप्लीट होने देंगे उसके बाद आप जो मर्जी बोलिए करण जी काइंडली
सर ये डिबेट है यहाँ रैली की स्पीच नहीं है
राहुल गांधी जब तक है वो कंप्लीट नहीं हो सकता
यहाँ पे संबित पात्रा आके अपनी शरीयत और सुन्नत उठा के चले जाए तो वो भी सुनने के लिए बैठे हैं तो kindly let me speak I have to complete I am the party representative of Congress तो अगर आप टाइम नहीं देंगे
as a nation we are proud can I please speak can I please speak now Navika today is a day when as a country we are very proud to have a prime minister to have a government which is upholding human values at the highest level our heart fills with pride today when we see the Guru Granth Sahib being reverently carried into our nation and we are saving people across the globe across communities सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिना ये हमारा क्रीड है और आज जब हम इसको देखते हैं and we have a storied history of always giving refuge to people whether it was the Dalai Lama whether it was the Tibetans whether it was the Tamilians we are proud of us as a nation to have sheltered these people having said that today is also a day of redemption for people like Mr. Mandal and Mr. Mandal instead of redemption he is coming up with all bogus arguments and he is living in a parallel universe let me just rebut him He was talking about Assam and he was mentioning Himanta Biswa Sarma. Let me just remind him that in 2012, it was the Assam Pradesh Committee, जिन्होंने असम की स्टेट यूनिट ने एक रेजोल्यूशन पास किया था कि हमें हिंदूज, सिख्स एंड क्रिश्चियंस को रेफ्यूज देनी है यहां पर जो परसिक्यूटेड हैं बांग्लादेश में. एंड तरुण गोगोई in 2012, Mr. Mondal, hear this out, he wrote a letter to the then Prime Minister, Mr. Manmohan Singh, that we have to give them citizenship as quickly as possible. That was a request sent. So it was not Himanta Biswa Sarma, sir. It was the request from Congress itself back in 2012. So get your facts right. सबसे पहले तो. दूसरी बात. As far as CAA is concerned, today they all owe an apology to the nation because it was this misinformation. आप जरा चुप होकर सुनिए जरा. आपको नहीं पता कुछ, जरा सुनिए, सीख कर जाएंगे आप. It was this misinformation which caused the Delhi riots, which caused Shaheen Bagh protests.
Stop this lecturing.
Today they owe an apology because they understood that CAA is the need of the hour and its ambit. Now, you are not intellectual Taliban, you are jihadi without a cause. If we are intellectual Taliban, you are jihadi without a cause. Cynics like you are the reason why we have gloom and doom on these debates. Today is a day of celebration. We don't want gloomy faces like you who are always grumpy. You are always grumpy. You are a grumpy person in life. You are always frustrated. That is the reason you are frustrated. So we don't want jihadis.
Let's not make personal comments. Let's not make personal comments. You know,
how you are slapped.
I want to come back to the basic principle. The basic principle is, here is a government that is trying to uphold the rights of minorities in the neighboring countries. And that is exactly what happened. और आप प्रितपाल जी, जब आप कहते हो आज जो हरदीप सिंह पुरी ने किया वो उसकी ड्यूटी थी, तो सर आपकी ड्यूटी क्या है? सड़कों पे भागना, अपोज करना, धरनों पे बैठना और शाहीन बाग के नाम पर राइट्स करवाना, ये आपकी ड्यूटी है? और रेड फोर्ट पर तिरंगा अगर लहरा रहा है तो उसको फाड़ कर नीचे ले आना, ये आपकी ड्यूटी है? आप हरदीप सिंह पुरी को कह रहे हैं कि उन्होंने जो किया गुरु ग्रंथ साहब के साथ, वो उन्होंने
क्या किया नाविका जी पुरी से? नहीं, either to the Sikhs or to the Guru Granth Sahib, that was his faith. Don't make it that important out of the context. That was
secondly, Garewal Sahib, kindly मैंने बोलन दो जी, kindly.
It is his faith. Had he not taken Guru Granth Sahib, there were hundreds and people who could have taken Guru Granth Sahib on the head. See, don't make it an issue. It has nothing to do with
Sir, there are millions of people who could have taken the Guru Granth Sahib on their head. It was the Indian Air Force at the order of the government that went and fetched the Guru Granth Sahib up to Dushanbe, and from Dushanbe it was another special flight that brought it here. And that's the point I'm trying to make. That's the point I want to make, Dr. Anand Ranganathan, that when it comes to the government, will say it is the government's duty. They will not talk about the fact that how many such evacuations happened in the time of Dr. Manmohan Singh. How many times did we see these these kind of visuals that we are seeing tonight? In 2020, the government got 7 such Guru Granth Sahibs back from Afghanistan, 3 today, 3 more left, which the government is saying, depending on the circumstances, they are ready if the people there want to bring it back. But
no, absolutely.
For them, this is the government's duty.
नहीं नाविका, इसमें 2 चीजें हैं. मैंने ऑलरेडी, सर प्लीज 1 मिनट देखिए, मैं अपना चांस का वेट कर रहा था, मैंने आपको इंटरप्ट नहीं किया, ये बहुत गलत बात. प्लीज
मेरा चांस तो
प्लीज नहीं, आप 1 मिनट, मैं आपके पास ही आ रहा हूँ.
ऐसे क्या होगा यार, ये
मैं आपके पास ही आ रहा हूँ. 1 मिनट नाविका, वी कांट डिबेट लाइक दिस. देखो मैं 10 सेकंड मांग रहा हूँ आपसे.
आप बोलिए 1 मिनट जेंटलमैन, 1 मिनट, सबको समय दिया गया है. यहाँ यही तो प्रॉब्लम है, सब अपने बारे में सोचते हैं, दूसरे के बारे में कोई नहीं सोचता.
अफगानिस्तान में ये हिंदू,
नाविका आप म्यूट ही नहीं कर रहे हैं, आप मुझे आप मेरी चांस आई, मैं बोलना चाह रहा था. ये जो है मेरे सिख भाई हैं, ये बोलते जा रहे हैं, इंटरप्ट कर रहे हैं, ये बड़ी गलत
बोलते जा रहे हैं मेरे. नहीं, जो ड्यूटी बनती है वो ड्यूटी है. आप ये बताइए प्लीज.
अच्छा 1 मिनट, आई एम रनिंग आउट ऑफ टाइम. 10 seconds to you, Dr. Anand Ranganathan. I'm lowering the faders of all other people, including Dr. Patra. Only Dr. Anand Ranganathan.
Fantastic. Thank you. Very quickly, two questions. One to my Sikh brother in yellow turban. ये कह रहे हैं कि मुस्लिम्स को भी इंक्लूड करना चाहिए था सीएए में, सिटीजनशिप में, एसाइलम की बात नहीं कर रहा। तो मैं इनसे एक सवाल पूछना चाहता हूं। पाकिस्तान में देयर आर अबाउट 60 मिलियन शिया हु आर रूथलेसली परसिक्यूटेड बाय द सुन्नी मेजॉरिटी। वो 60 मिलियन यहां पे आ जाएं क्या? नंबर 2, मिस्टर फवाद हलीम जो हैं, उन्होंने मुझसे एक सवाल पूछा, ये सोच रहे थे कि मैं आंसर नहीं दूंगा, मैंने खटक से आंसर दे दिया। अब मैं इनसे एक सवाल पूछता हूं, अगर इनकी हिम्मत है, अगर इनमें जुज्बा है तो ये आंसर करें। डज ही बिलीव, डॉक्टर हलीम, that China is persecuting 1.5 million Uyghur Muslims by interning them in concentration camps? Does he condemn China? हिम्मत है तो बोल दो आज।
Dr. Fawad Halim, over to you.
Let's be very clear.
Do you condemn?
The government that Anand Ranganathan is supporting is finding.
Do you condemn?
Let me finish. He's finding a silver lining in the Taliban, and he has the guts. He has the guts. He has the guts to ask this question.
Oh, China से डर के रहना चाहिए। चाइना के बारे में मत बोलो, चाइना से डर के रहना चाहिए। और डॉक्टर आनंद रंगनाथन, एक और गलती की आपने, जो मैं आपको बता दूं, जो येलो टर्बन आप कह रहे हैं वो कांग्रेस के हैं, कांग्रेस ऑफ नवजोत सिंह सिद्धू। वो तो पाकिस्तान के शिया सुन्नी सारे ले आएंगे, बाजवा और इमरान खान भी ले आएंगे यहाँ पर। माफ कर दो भैया, क्या कह दिया उनको, क्या कह दिया? वो तो कह रहे हैं कश्मीर इस देश का हिस्सा ही नहीं है। किन से पूछ रहे हो सवाल? कांग्रेस पार्टी से। कांग्रेस पार्टी तो खुद कह रही है, मलविंदर सिंह माली से पूछ लीजिए, वो तो खुद कह रही है कश्मीर हमारा नहीं है, इंडिया ऑक्यूपाइड कश्मीर है। वेल, लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन, I don't know, as an Indian, what do you feel when you see these visuals of the Guru Granth Sahib being carried so reverentially on the heads of union ministers, bringing back persecuted Sikhs and Hindus from Afghanistan? This could have been done with a pan-India support if the country had stood united on the issue of the Citizenship Amendment Act. But there are parties that chose to object. There are lobbies that still do. The question is, why are they changing their tunes tonight? Why are they so quiet tonight that they have no words to condemn or to question? Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me on debate number 1. And debate number 2, Narayan Rane, Union Minister, in jail for his comment on Uddhav Thackeray. Is that democracy? The debate on the other side.